Hey everybody, this is TJR.
And this is Superfan.
And it's time for another episode in our series of exploring the animated films of Hayao Miyazaki. Last time we watched Porco Rosso.
Yes.
A very fanciful...
Action adventure.
Yes. With a certain amount of adorableness to it at the same time.
Yeah, well.
This time, however, it's quite the, how shall I say, 360-degree turnabout.
Yeah.
Yeah. With our film Princess Mononoke from 1997. A much more serious film, a much darker film.
Yeah, not really a kid's movie.
I would say so. Not a kid's film at all. Unlike Porco Rosso, unlike Kiki's Delivery Service, unlike the majority of the ones we...
Yeah, maybe a young adult, more a young...
Yeah, I'd say starting with young adult for this one here. We've got some very dark themes about hate, about the nature of hate. None of it, in my opinion, heavy-handed.
No, not at all. It presented it in a very...
matter-of-fact,
natural way.
Yeah. So we start off...
you hurt me, I hate you.
Exactly, yeah. You hurt me, so I hate you. That's how we started, basically. The time period or world that this is taking place in, of course...
It's a fantasy.
It's a fantasy. I mean, I sometimes don't know if it's a fantasy or if it is based on any type of Japanese folklore that I'm not aware of. That's always a possibility. But it did say in the credits, original story by Hayao Miyazaki.
Yeah.
So this is not based on any pre-existing property. And, you know, since I'm not aware of the fact that this might be based on any type of, you know, folklore that I'm just culturally not aware of, I just look at it as if I'm watching a fantasy film. And
yeah.
I just accept the world building that's being presented to me as I'm watching it.
Yeah. I believe that there are like the little forest spirits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I believe that is out of Japanese
culture. Folk culture, yeah.
Those are, I
folk
believe
tales,
those exist.
Mythology.
Yeah, the mythology. Yeah.
Okay. Perhaps. So... I think I'm going to mention that as I watched this film, well, it's certainly a lot more. It's the most violent. It's the most viscerally violent.
Yeah.
Of his films that we've seen so far. I mean, you've got beheadings happening. You've got people's arms getting chopped off. You've got quite a bit of bloodshed.
Yeah, for
in this one.
Somebody who is a pacifist.
Yeah.
And doesn't believe in war, he portrays it very well.
He sure does, and he portrays it a lot more realistically in this one.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess that's part of where the pacifist in him shows is because it's brutal and he doesn't pull any punches.
Yeah, not in this film.
This
Not
is
in
the
this
way
film,
it
yeah.
is.
Like I said, a lot of the other films, there was more of a, well, like some of them had some. Of course, films like My Neighbor Totoro are very serene and pastoral, but films like Castle in the Sky, you do have action. Films like Porco Rosso, you do have lots of action and, you know, gunplay, that type of thing, but it's nowhere near as serious as is with this film. So basically, we've got a story of a young warrior named Ishitaka who tries to defend his town, his city, his village from a raging beast that is
what they describe as a forest demon.
A forest demon, exactly. Or actually, it's kind of a forest god infected with a forest demon, something along those lines. It's infected.
He's been poisoned.
Yeah, it's been
with
poisoned
iron.
With this demon. Yeah, they say he's been poisoned with iron, and as a result, while he's defending his village, he kills the creature. But as a result, a curse is placed on him, and he has the same...
He's exposed to...
sickness that the
poison that...
Yeah, he has the same poison, basically, of the forest god or creature that he killed. So he's given a chance to perhaps be removed of the curse if he can speak to the forest spirit.
In the heart of the forest.
In the heart of the forest that everybody says you shouldn't go to because it's dangerous for human beings to be there, that, you know, you won't leave alive, so on and so forth. And what happens is we find out there is a war going on between man and between nature. And that both hate each other and want to kill the other. And we meet characters who
are sympathetic.
Yeah,
some of them.
Yeah, there's almost really no bad guys. The closest we really have is we have a character voiced by Billy Bob Thornton. I think I'm trying to remember his name exactly. And pardon us, we've just watched this. Sorry if we don't have every name right. I think his name is Jigo.
Jigo, yeah.
Jigo, who's kind of a con artist at the end of the day, and appears to be helping, but is really out for his own gain, his own personal profit. The other characters...
Well, he works for the Emperor.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, but he's out to get a prize for the Emperor because the Emperor believes that the head of the spirit god will give him immortality, whether it will or won't. He doesn't really care. He just knows he'll be handsomely rewarded.
Yeah, it's kind of like the people who think that the rhinoceros horn will...
I forget what that one was. I think it makes them...
virility?
Virility, exactly, yeah, something along those lines. I've heard that myth, yeah, I've heard that. But he's the only character that at the end of the film hasn't really had any spiritual transformation, whereas all of our other characters...
Well, because he made everybody else do his dirty work for him.
Yeah, he was pretty manipulative, that character. But we've got characters like the one played by Minnie Driver, who is sort of like...
Lady Eboshi.
Lady Eboshi, who runs Irontown, who we think at first is a villain because Princess Mononoke wants to kill her. But then we find out, you know, she has helped the lepers, helped give them lives worth living. She's helped the...
prostitutes.
Yeah, basically by giving them better lives.
A job, yeah.
Jobs, better lives, yeah. You know, that she's helped a lot of people, but she really believes that killing the forest creatures, you know, and the forest spirit will make their lives better. And
in addition to poisoning the land with her ironworks.
Exactly, yeah. So there's a lot of modern day analogies with, of course, in all of Miyazaki's films, the environment, living with nature, trying to exist alongside nature. But there's also in this one here, there's also just the tremendous parable of how hatred works, what it does to people, and how it clouds your mind. And I think you were saying you felt that was pretty relevant now.
I feel like it's very relevant.
Before we started shooting, you brought that up.
Just in our country today.
Yeah, especially here, where we are so divisive. And we just can't seem to not be. We can't seem to find a way to look at the other, to try to meet the other side.
And I think that's ultimately the message of this movie, is we have to meet in the middle.
We have to find a way to meet in the middle again, which is what we used to do in this country, and we don't seem to do it anymore. And this film also touches on philosophically dealing with the harder aspects of life.
Yeah.
There's a great line in there when we first meet the gunsmiths, who are the lepers.
Yeah.
And we meet them, and at first we don't know I didn't understand why they were all wrapped in bandages at first.
It took a moment, and somebody said, "We're lepers."
We're lepers, yeah.
And then it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
the light dawns.
And they all seem to have, and the thing is when we meet them, Lady Eboshi brings the young warrior, our main character, Ashitaka. She brings him to meet them,
Yeah.
and they're kind of all joking around.
They're friendly with her, and
They're friendly with her. She's friendly with them. They all joke around with each other, and then we find out they're lepers, and it's because they feel they have purpose and family. And one of them, who is very sick and ill, sicker than the rest of them, and who is dying, clearly, he has the line where he says, life is suffering, yet we keep finding reasons to keep living. And that kind of sums up another aspect of this film, is constantly, even in the worst of moments, finding the reason to keep going. And this is all over this film, but it's really summed up well in that one line.
Yeah.
With that, just this one character. But there is a lot of that where people are like, what do we do now? It's all over. Another character says, we're still alive. Come on. We'll figure something out. And that's another actual line from the film. Dramatically speaking, perhaps the most impactful, and I also think it's the most serious since the first movie that we watched. I think after dealing with more quieter stories and stories that weren't quite as expansive as the first one, I think he finally felt ready to be expansive again. Deal with something epic in many respects. And this certainly, I think, felt more epic.
It did.
Yeah. I believe we saw this, or I saw this many, many years ago. I think I saw it in a movie theater, but it is playing very differently for me.
Yeah.
Do you remember seeing this with me a long time ago?
I don't think I've ever seen this one.
If I saw this, it was a good 30 years ago. Anyways,
yeah, if you saw it in a theater, then it would have been...
Yeah.
It might have been one of your other girlfriends, though.
Okay.
That you saw it with.
Yeah, great film. I have nothing else really that I think I have to say about this one. Again, I'm just thrilled that we're doing this and watching all these films or rewatching the ones that maybe we saw long ago.
It's long overdue.
There are certainly more of them that we haven't seen than have seen. And again, in case this may be your first time tuning in, we're doing this because we plan to go to Japan very soon, and we're hoping to be able to attend the Studio Ghibli Museum tour. So we want to try to see all the films before we go.
Yeah.
And
here's another little interesting tidbit that I see on the wiki page. I haven't looked up any of this stuff prior to seeing the movie today. But anyway, James Cameron cited the Princess Bride, or Princess Mononoke, sorry, as an influence on Avatar.
Oh, very good.
Which I can see.
I can kind of see that too, yeah. Let us know your thoughts about this film if you've ever seen it. Share with us your thoughts, your insights. Again, we're just reacting fresh from looking at it. We haven't had too long to really think about it.
Maybe 20 minutes?
Yeah, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Yeah, maybe that's it. So let us know your thoughts. As always, if you like these videos, be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon so you never miss a video. A big thank you to the patron supporters who do receive exclusive content not available on this channel. And we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.